folks, how you doing? It's Rick Enfinger here with Will You Endure, and glad you made it to my channel. If you've never been here before, and if you've never subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and hit that bell notification to let you know when the next video is coming out. We're looking to basically put out great content every day, and if you get anything out of this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. It does help with the, let me say this real slow, YouTube algorithm. That's what I'm told. So if you get something out of this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up and leave me some comments down below. Now, I'm going to start this video with kind of a little bit of negative. I don't mean to be negative. I'm just trying to be straightforward. If you're going to get on there and complain or I don't know, what's the word? I hate to use the word whine, but let's just use that. Whine about your life, or how things don't work out for you because of this, and you're trying to blame it on me. And let me tell you where this has come from. I was watching a friend of mine's channel last night, getting some tips and tricks from him, and I was curious, what kind of comments he was getting on that video. And one of the videos I read was, all this stuff online is a scam. All these people are trying to take your money. I mean, it went on. I don't need to go any further than that. I mean, that was enough. But it was it was 3 or 4 good long sentences of just, basically, poor pitiful me is what it really is. And honestly, I always try to just keep my dog in my own fight. But for whatever reason, I guess the lack of control with that, I had to reply, and I didn't do nothing snotty or mean or number one, it was his channel. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't do it on mine. All I did was, it's easy to complain. It's easy to be a negative naysayer, as they say. It's easy to be just negative. It takes effort, and it takes work, and it takes a concerted mind frame to be positive. Some people aren't willing to give that effort. So if you're one of the other people that I'm talking about, honestly, don't waste your time. I mean, if it makes you feel better to get all the negative out, in the comments, break a leg, I guess. Do your best. Do whatever you got to do. But honestly, if you're living life like that, one of your problems is it's not the internet. It's not the opportunities that are out there, and there's tons of them. Okay, the opportunity. I mean, your problem is, and there again, and who am I, right? You're probably thinking, why should I listen to you? You're right. Maybe you shouldn't. But if you happen to have a little, I don't know, curiosity in your mind, and you're thinking, I'll listen to this guy, get you a life. Now, what does that life consist of? I don't know. You tell me. Surely it ain't about bashing people, and talking about, how bad this sucks, or how this, ain't working for you, or how these people are scamming you and all that. Listen, there's more things to life. If you have a dream, and that's one of the things I'm going to talk about today. If you have a dream, chase it. Go out after that. And don't be one of these people that think, well, if I fail, then that means it doesn't work. No, it doesn't. It means maybe you don't work. Maybe you didn't listen. Maybe you didn't skill yourself up enough. So get off. You fell off the horse. It cost you some money. Get back on it. Try it again. Learn some more. That's the one of the biggest problems I see online. And I apologize for the rant. That's not what this video was about. This video was about the word loyalty. Now, I only put down 3 things here, and I got to thinking after I started the video that I should have actually number 1 should be your faith. Okay, now for me that's what it is. Now I ain't saying you have to be like me, by no means. That probably wouldn't even be a good thing. The world probably don't need more of me. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, you need to be finding out what you're all about, why you're here, all of the big, huge questions, and for me, and there again, it's just me, I'm in the Word every day. Now, some people that automatically turns you off, and I apologize for that. I'm not trying to run you away from my channel. I'm just telling you about me. Okay, a little bit about me. My name is Rick Enfinger. I'm 51 years old. Um, I have been a business owner in the past. Pretty successful for me. I mean, there again, I wasn't a millionaire. I didn't become a millionaire, nothing like that. But I self-educated myself. I learned some skills, and I was able to go out there and make multiple six figures. In the construction industry, and I was pretty proud of that. Um, Sold my business off, and because of some family emergencies and some things that were unexpected, um, I've had to go back to work. Now, could I sit around and talk about poor, pitiful me? Yeah, sure, I could, but I don't. I go to work, I come home, and I build my online business. That's my life. Okay. Well, I go to the gym too. And my number one thing is I chase my faith. Okay. I am in a pursuit right now to understand this life and understand we're all going to have challenges. One of the biggest misconceptions in this life is that you're not supposed to have challenges. Yes, you are. That's what makes you grow. And if that's a hard concept for you to understand, listen, you're in the same boat I was in. Work on that. Figure out why is it necessary for you to have challenges. Figure it out fast. Don't go through life. Don't go through 51 years of life always wondering. Okay? I'm just giving you some tips. There again, who am I to listen to? Again, let's get back to the video, and I apologize for getting off on a rant. I just felt like it needed to be said. Loyalty. Number one, like I said, I should be adding faith, but for a lot of people that turns them off and it makes them mad and blah blah blah. They're I don't know what they are, but anyway, to yourself, be loyal to yourself and your family. Be loyal to For me, I try to go to the gym. I like to say every day, but I may not make it every single day. But I'm in the gym probably 5, 6, and sometimes I do have good weeks where I'm in there 7 days a week. Um, just as much as that, as I'm loyal. I'm loyal to myself when it comes to rest. Also, I'm very, very strict on getting to bed and getting some rest because I have discovered that my mind and, and I can't say it's a genius or or nothing, but it's what I've got. It's what I was given. For it to operate on 100%. I need to get some rest. I used to do in the younger days, I understand, listen, you can burn the candle at both ends. I've done that. But understand at some point in time, your life is going to kind of knock on the door and say, hey, by the way, you do have to get rest. This body is, it's an incredible machine. You can do unlimited amount of things, but you've got to let it replenish and rebuild and do things like that. Anyway, so be loyal to yourself. Okay. Number two, be loyal to your business. Okay. If you're looking for an opportunity online, find that one that stirs you up a little bit inside and go for it. Listen, understand, you may be a record setter. Notice I said you may be a record setter. There again, let me say it one more time. You may, M-A-Y, which is like could be, maybe not, that kind of thing. You may be a record setter. Most likely not. Okay? Now that's just a general term. I'm not knocking you down. I'm not knocking your brains. I'm not knocking your skill levels or whatever. If you're probably a lot more skilled than I was when I first got online, because I honestly I didn't get my first computer until I was in my mid-30s. So I had to skill up. And the incredible thing was I did discover that I can still learn. You've heard the old adage of you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's the stupidest statement ever made. And the person, guy or girl, that made that is a buffoon. I'm trying to curb my language. Is an absolute buffoon. I don't even know really what a buffoon is. I don't know if that's a baboon and a coon mixed. I'm not sure. A raccoon. I don't think raccoons are stupid, but anyway, a buffoon, because just completely ignorant. It should have never said that. You can always learn. The key to learning is this: learn. understand how to learn, and that's not something we were ever taught in school. And and the program I'm involved in, I say program, the system. I'm a what they call a high ticket affiliate marketer. Okay, uh, I'm sure that was, I think that's in my title. And it's an incredible system. Number one, because it's simple, easy to understand, easy to get started, easy to operate. Okay, now you have to know some basics. I mean, you have to know some skill levels. You have to know some what do you call it? Like a business blueprint. You have to have these things to be successful. And I hope that's your main goal. Okay, and you have to be loyal to be wanting to be successful, because some people, there's teaching out there right now that teaches about people who self sabotage their success. I was one of those, and what I mean by that was I was never focusing on one thing. I was never loyal to one program, one thought pattern, one business blueprint. I thought I could jump around there and do a little bit of everything and it would all compile together. Well, that's not true. Okay. There's things out there that's called multiple streams of income, but there's nothing out there that's called multiple streams of thought. You have to center in on one thought. Okay. Find that business. Find that online opportunity for you. Um, if you've looked around at all and if you looked at the opportunities, like I said, for me, this is an opinion thing. I believe high ticket affiliate marketing fills all of the baskets of of what you're wanting, what you're needing. Simplicity, easy to operate. You don't have to create any products. You don't have to deal with the customer acquisitions. You don't have to deal with the not acquisitions. What do you call it? Transactions. You don't have to deal with any of that kind of stuff. Okay, that's why I say it's now. It does require work. Let me back up a little quick and say that. Okay, if you're here looking for the um, you know push button, be a millionaire tomorrow, this ain't it. Okay, and I make no guarantees that you can even do this. I hope you can. I think you can, because I know I can. And for me, that's belief for everybody. And anybody that knows me at all knows that if I can do it, anybody can. Okay. Now understand this. There's a. I'm gonna get a little. What do you call it? Like a precursor, I think, on that statement. Now I'm a hard worker. I'm not sure that you can outwork me. Maybe you can. I would like to think maybe you could try. Okay, but I'm not sure you can outwork me. You could probably out brain power me. You might even outskill me, even though I've learned some good skills in the last. I've been online for a little over a year now, about, I don't know, 14 months, 15 months, something like that. And I have learned some incredible skills, and I've learned about some incredible tools that are needed online to make money. Okay, and because of that, I now have. Well, we can move on to number 3. Now I've concreted my dream, and I am loyal to it. I am loyal with a passion to it. Okay, you couldn't pry it away from me if you had a tractor. Okay, and you got to be the same way. And everybody's dream's different. Okay, nobody was given the same dream. All right. For me, I want to be able to, number one, I want to retire like I had before, with an incredible income. Okay, with I like the thought. This was the first one of the things that really struck me: time and location freedom. What that means is I don't want to be restricted by nobody when I work. Okay, I want to be able, and location wise, I don't want to be told where I have to work. I want to be able to go wherever I need or want to, not need or want, wherever I want to. That's got an internet connection. I'll have my laptop and I can go to work. I can work a couple hours and then I can go play, because I'm a professional at that. I like to play. I used to have toys and stuff like that, and honestly, that was my main goal, is to make enough money where I could get out on my toys. I had a motorcycle. I actually had a couple motorcycles. I had a boat, jet skis, Jeep, um, just toys. And there again, I'm not saying you maybe you don't those don't even interest you, and that's okay. Don't get me wrong. I mean, after a while, they all just become maintenance nightmares. So I'll just leave it at that. But my dream now is the time and location freedom. with unlimited income, or that I can go to the islands. I love the islands. The islands being Jamaica, the islands being St. Thomas, St. Martin, down that way, down to Costa Rica. And what I really want to do is I want to work a little bit in the morning. Okay. I want to find me a place to work out while I'm down there. Maybe go for a good long walk on the beach, at sunrise. I think that is an incredible, view. Um, and then do some work on the internet and then take off, and basically, go fishing, deep sea fishing. That's my dream. Okay. Yours, I'm sure, is completely different. I spoke with a guy the other day, and he said, honestly, he said, that sounds great. He said, but my dream really is to basically be able to get out of my work, get out of my job, and me and my wife be at home and have our own home based business where we can, generate enough income and enjoy a good life. And I said, man, that's, you know, as simple as that sounds, that's an incredibly massive dream. If you think about that, it's not massive in the thought of, there's not a lot of details to it, but the fact is to be free and be home with your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever, whatever it is. Okay, to be able to, I had another gentleman tell me. He said, my main goal is I want to bring my wife home from work where she can be with our children all the time. And I thought, oh man, that's admirable. So I don't know what yours is. Some people center in on a number, like I want to make a couple $1,000s a month. Okay, that's great. That's a great dream. Nothing wrong with that. Are you going for it? Are you in the action mode, as they say? And what that means, action mode means, are you doing something toward that? Now, if you're like me, if you got a full-time job, you can't do it all in a day. Okay. So are you basically taking a small bite out of that? I heard this a long time ago, and it's kind of a funny thing. It says, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And now, and I had somebody buck up one day and leave me a comment. I had said that before, and they left me a comment about elephants, and how sad it is that I would even mention eating an elephant. Listen, I have never ate a damn elephant. Okay, I'm just making a statement that I've heard before. It was kind of catchy, you know. But here, back to your dream. Are you in action mode? Are you doing anything toward that on a daily basis? And that's the idea. I mean, can you put in a couple hours a day and do something with a forward motion to closer to your dream, one step closer. In the beginning it's going to look like it's you can't even see it. You're thinking, that's just too far out. Start moving toward it. How do you start doing that? You start bettering yourself. You start learning skills. You start reading books. You start learning marketing principles. You start learning tools online. You start learning the system itself. Okay, the system I'm talking about is in the first link below this video. It's called my number one recommendation. And it is my number one recommendation. Okay. For making money online, I truly believe there's nothing out there better. Okay. And I've seen a lot of stuff. Now, I'm not saying I've seen it all. I'm not making that statement. I am saying I've seen a bunch. And honestly, there's no comparison. This system will basically teach you everything you need to know to start earning money online. And once you have the principles, all you have to do is just sharpen your skills. Surely you've heard that statement before. Just keep sharpening your skills, and you'll continue to make more and more money. And I believe in that. Okay. And like I said, at 51 years old, it has helped me realize that I can still learn and I can still chase my dream. Okay. I was actually starting to get into a position where I was thinking, maybe it's over for me. Maybe I've seen my better days. No, that's not true. I fully believe now. I know that's not true. Okay. So be loyal to your dream, whatever it is, and make sure that you write it down. Write down a description of your dream and then start setting goals to move you in a step with that. Okay. And you understand the difference in a goal and a dream, right? Okay. A dream is something that, it's in your heart, it's in your head, it's in your gut. Okay, it stirs you. You get to thinking about it, and it gives you, it gives you a little bit of hope feeling. It gives you a little bit of, it makes you start thinking, oh man, what if, oh, it's going to be so incredible. Now, a goal is basically you start tracking certain things that will give you um, progression toward that on a time basis. You know, for me, in the beginning, it was, I want to learn this skill and I want to learn it in a couple weeks, and I did that. Then it was, I want to learn the next skill, and I did that. Then it was, I wanted to start reading more, and I'm doing that every day. Okay. I wanted to invest in myself and in my learning, in my mind, in my, my skill levels. I've done that. Okay. And I also wanted to tell myself, I want to know that I work each and every day toward my dream. And I do that. So, listen, I don't want to make this video very long, and I apologize again for the rant that took so long. But if this, if you get anything out of this video, number one, please give me a thumbs up. But click on that link below this video. Okay, check it out. Okay, there'll also be some other links down there with the actual necessary tools that I talked to you about. There's a link down there for a free book that I mean, honestly, I believe he's the #1 marketer online. The guy makes hundreds of millions of dollars. Russell Brunson, if you've ever heard of him. He's created a free book to basically teach you how to make money online. And all you got to do is cover the shipping and handling. I mean, that's a no-brainer to me. I mean, that book is incredible. I read it, I can't say every week, but I read it once a month. And it's just, there again, sharpening my skills. Okay. So I, highly suggest that. Make, like I said, it's only shipping and handling. Surely you can cover that. And there's some other suggested videos down below that and some links. Check them out as well. And again, make sure to subscribe. And I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.